What's up guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. It's early, but it's all good. So just thought I would go ahead and put something out. I have the time, yeah, had a couple things that caught my eye, and I felt like, hey, let me go ahead and share this out real quick. Now, before I get started, of course, I am not a financial analyst, and I am only sharing my thoughts and opinions, so please don't take anything I say as financial advice. Alright, so as we see, not much change from yesterday, down a little bit from the actual 47 cents, sorry, sitting at 46 cents, technically 47, but all in all, XRP is still just kind of waiting, I guess. However, Bitcoin is up. It's up over, I think, right at or above its most recent highs. So hey, let's just see what happens. I mean, we still, as I mentioned, we still have a little bit of time to wait. Now, next month is going to be more pivotal than anything I think that happens this week, unless we get something, some news that gets released that we have no clue about that's happening, right? So all right, let's take a look here. So as we see, the volume is roughly what it has been for the last couple weeks. Nothing too significant. All in all, it's better than it was some time ago, but still nothing to write home about. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So this right here, the CFTC approves LedgerX to settle futures in real time in real Bitcoin, this is great. Definitely congratulations to that company for being able to achieve that. And this is actually a really big deal. So I know a lot of this stuff, it's kind of hard to really, I don't want to say care about it because it does matter. I think all of us know it does matter. It's just that it doesn't directly affect the price or some of the other things that are going on. But all in all these little things do help, especially since this is more so for Bitcoin. But again, this is in the crypto market, and even though some of us aren't even invested in Bitcoin or really want to, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's been around from the beginning. It was the very first. So it's not, I don't see it going away. If it does, it's not anytime soon. I do believe at some point we'll see that $100,000 Bitcoin and who knows how much higher, because it is, it's like Coke. So really not much you can say against it. Like I said, I mean, I have no desire to FUD against it or anything like that. No, I don't do that anyway. But yeah, Bitcoin is going to be here. But anyway, the thing I wanted to read here is that it says this paragraph right here. The CFTC said Tuesday it had approved LedgerX's application for a designated contract market DCM license, meaning the company can now offer the new futures contracts. LedgerX is the second company to receive approval, and that's a huge accomplishment, to offer physically settled Bitcoin futures. Other firms such as intercontinental exchanges BAC, Seed, CX, and ErisX plan to enter this market. While BAC's own futures contracts have been self-certified, the firm is waiting for the New York Department of Financial Services to license its warehouse. Okay, and probably the most important part here, unlike the cash-settled Bitcoin futures listed by the Chicago exchanges CBOE and CME, in physically settled futures, the buyer receives the underlying commodity when a contract expires rather than the fiat equivalent. So that's really big right there. Instead of getting essentially cashed out when you don't really want to necessarily, you actually get the Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. So definitely something to keep your eye on. Guys, we're just moving forward. It's happening right in front of our eyes. I think 2019 is just gonna show up in history as the pivotal year for the maturation of the crypto space. Next year, probably, who knows? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I do still think that by the end of summer, I believe it is very possible for us to see, $20 to $25 XRP. I think it's very, very possible. But again, we'll see. I could be wrong. I really hope I'm not. And honestly, I'd like to see it even higher. We'll see. What next month is going to be very important in the future of the whole crypto space, because the bull run that we're in right now, I think, is going to be fairly long lasting. And as we see utility ramp up and usage of XRP ramp up, it's just the price has to go up. It's going to have to increase. A lot of, just like one of the articles I was talking about yesterday, they were saying that this quarter, and I forgot who it was, but they said that they're doing $2 to $5 trillion in transactions, and they're looking to turn that on all at once this quarter and early next quarter. So I completely believe XRP is going to be a very pivotal part of that happening. So guys, very easily we could see, like I said, $25 per XRP. Now, the number one thing I wanted to talk about, and this was actually tweeted out by Clara T. Very big thanks to Miss Clara. And this was something I think there aren't a lot of likes on this, because I think people are not necessarily equating this properly. The underlying situation that we're dealing with is the fact that we deal with taxes. Okay. Now, this is something in the same vein that I had looked into, an article that I found that spoke about how taxes should be done. Okay. Because so I'll use Texas as kind of a microcosm. In Texas, we don't have a state tax. Okay, what we do have is a sales tax. All right, we pay I think it's still 8.25% on any product that we buy. I personally think that is absolutely and totally fair. I mean, I have no problem with that at all. And what I would really like is if they take away the taxing out of out of our paychecks, out of the money that we get and all of that, and it's just based on the products that we buy. I mean, it could, if that was across the country, because there are a lot of states that actually don't charge a sales tax. They just charge, of course, the state tax. But if this was across the board, I don't think that there would really be any loss. And I think it would really discourage some of the people who are in higher positions from bad acting. That's what I believe. But this particular video here, now I'm not going to play it, but the most important part is actually pulled out. It says we are moving into an entirely new conceptualization of where money wealth comes from. The way we've been thinking is about to break open completely, right? Now, one other thing that Clara did say, and as you can see here, 1 minute, where did she put it? Yeah, so anyway, the YouTube, the Google translator always thinks I'm saying Mr. Freak or something. It's pretty funny. Okay, well, anyway, in here, what Marianne Williamson is saying is that instead of charging tax, right, the payments or the money would be coming from payments, which is essentially, what I think. I mean, she didn't go into depth about it, but it seems to essentially be somewhere in the in the realm of basically taxing the payments that we, make about, for products. I think that would be absolutely wonderful. Just imagine if you are keeping all of the money, like for example, we make huge gains in XRP or whatever coin that you have, and then we end up not having to pay taxes on that, which is absolutely, I think that's right, because the taxes that we get charged are not going towards anything but the Fed. It's not even the Fed; it's the Federal Reserve. I mean, we're paying thieves, and my idea or what I think about that. They are thieves, all right, and there is no law that says we have to pay the IRS. It's total crap. But hey, it is a fact of life. If you don't, the thugs will come and get you and take your money. So it is something that we have to deal with. But if this happens, like I said here, if this happens, it will be a very, very big deal. And I know you guys at this point would agree. It would be a very big deal, very, very big deal. So just wanted to bring that up. And another thing too, I had seen someone's message on a comment rather on one of my videos, and it was like, if you believe so much in XRP, I'm paraphrasing, why do you own other coins? Well, I found that a bit off-putting, to be honest with you, because I think I would never necessarily ask someone that question, simply because, hey, it's whatever you want to do, that's your choice. I don't answer to anyone else other than my wife and God, and neither do you guys. But I mean, I'll kind of answer that question. The main reason why I have other coins is because I personally have a problem with obsessing over things. Okay, so me spreading things out gives me the opportunity to focus on multiple different things. So I don't obsess over XRP. And to be honest with you, I think that might be where a lot of people are having an issue, because if you get to the point where you're extremely frustrated with the fact that XRP is not moving and you don't have anything else to project on, then yeah, it's going to cause you some major problems. So personally, there was some mention about VeChain. I bought some a while ago, and look, it's already pumped up. I mean, I've definitely right now I'm sitting in profit on VeChain, and it's a decent amount. I could have bought in further, but I did it just the right amount for me. Okay, so now that I see that, it gives me hope. It gives me just kind of a renewed feeling of interest and just patience, to be honest with you. It shows me that the market can move. It shows me that I can get profit, because let's face it, guys, a lot of us have lost a lot of money in this market, because of either just making stupid mistakes, or just because of complete ignorance. And that's both of them apply to me. So just seeing that makes me feel better. And then on top of that, being on BitTrue and seeing that the number of VeChain that I actually have increasing on a daily basis, as well as some of the other coins, guys, it just makes me feel better. So maybe that's something psychologically that we can, we may all, or those of us who are having issues just being patient, psychologically doing that could possibly help in this whole process, just being patient and just being able to wait for things to really happen the way we want them to. So I don't know, guys, I mean, that's just a message, just something that I came up with, and or rather that came to my mind. Just wanted to share it with you. And again, Miss Clara T, thank you very much for this message, and also going back and forth with me is really kind of a funny conversation. So anyway, guys, thank you very much again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look for me later on. I do plan on going live a little bit later today, and you may see another video. Okay, so for now, that's all I have for you. If you have not already done so, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the like button and the post notification button. Until next time, this has been Mr. Free Coiner, and let me say that again. Until next time, this has been Mr. Free Coiner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.